One can see here Kailasa's Department of Health in collaboration with Kailasa's Department of Agriculture doing the organic farming and making the traditional kashayams to protect the residents from this COVID-19 pandemic by immunity boosting their systems. This department is a governing body for all agricultural efforts and food-related activities. The department's mission is to ensure all the residents are fed nutritious, toxin-free and Vedic agamic compliant meals. It also runs and maintains the organic farms of Adi Kailasa. The department has been researching and implementing environment-friendly, sustainable, economy-friendly methods for agriculture. And one can see over here, the Department of Housekeeping completed the final checklist, the rooms being ready for the residents and for the people who are coming to avail of the COVID care protection. All the beds, mattresses, inspection of the same to ensure that people coming are comfortable, and also all the materials used are eco-friendly. Paying attention to the details like ensuring there are sufficient electrical and wall outlet receptacles so that people can avail of the internet facilities and electrical charging points, as well as maintaining distance, sufficient distance within that accommodation itself, ensuring lockable cabinets are provided for each and every person coming. The Department of Housing inspecting the health of the cots laid in the new housing facility and ensuring even that the bed frames and the bed rails are proper so that safety is ensured. And one can see further pictures of the same. Here we have the Department of Agriculture and the Temple and the Department of Religious and Worship Services, where a family of devotees from Bangalore, they had offered organically grown mangoes from their orchard, and this whole generous donation being offered to, as per the Vedic injunctions, as per Paramashiva's ordainment, first being offered to Paramashiva himself. One can see here the mangoes being offered. So one just saw a glimpse of the various activities happening in Adi Kailasa Sarvanipitham. And as Devi Parashakti said, the doors of Adi Kailasa open to one and all for protecting oneself from the COVID-19 pandemic. If you wish to do so, you're welcome to join the COVID Care Protection Center. How do you do that? You register through the link given here, https://kailasa.org with a double A /Kailasa Care with a single A.
Next, we are going to watch a very interesting video where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is making the Navapashana concoction way back in 2008, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Swamiji, is spearheading this whole happening of making the Navapashana, which turned out to be today the 21 feet Anandalingam, which is going to be protecting people from the COVID Devi Parashakti has revealed that the 21 feet Anandalingam was takes about 12 years for it to ripen, and now since it was formed, built in 2008, it was foreseen to protect people from COVID. It was built in 2008, and now the time has come where the whole thing has ripened and it is going to protect the people from pandemic. So how did Swamiji make this whole Navapashana Lingam? That's what we're going to see in this video, where you can clearly see Swamiji is micromanaging, he's guiding the entire process.
போக நவபாஷாணத்திலே பண்ணி வச்சிட்டாரு. அந்த நவபாஷாணத்தோட 1008 மூலிகைகளையும் சேர்த்து பண்றோம். சேர்த்து சுதாமூர்த்தியா பண்ணி வைக்கிறோம். அதப்பா உருண்டையெல்லாம் எடுத்து பாக்கல, நல்லா வேகட்டும். உள்ள அடுக்கு மேல அடுக்கு என்ன ஹீட்டு பத்தியா? அந்த நெருப்பு போய் அவளை ஹீட் இருக்காரு. இந்த நெருப்பு பயங்கர ஹீட்டா இருக்கணும். காரணம் எரிஞ்சது எரியுது. சாம்பலாக்குறோம். படம் போடுறதுக்கு அப்படியே போட்டு இன்னும் எவ்வளவு இருக்கு சாம்பார்? நான் உருண்டை முடிச்சா பாதி ஆயிடுச்சுல. மொத்தமா எரிச்சு வரும்போது பாத்தீங்கன்னா சும்மா ஒரு இவ்வளவுதான் இருக்கும். புடம் போட்டு பாத்தீங்கன்னா இவ்வளவுதான் இருக்கும். சும்மா ஒரு படிதான் இருக்கும். பருப்பு எத்தனை அதுல முக்கா சாம்பல் இருந்ததுல அதை புடம் புடிச்சிட்டீங்க. இவ்வளவுதான் இருப்பாரு. எல்லா உருண்டையும் அடிக்கிறீங்களா? நாலஞ்சு தட்டில் மாற்றி மாற்றி அடுத்து பூத்து வருது பாத்தியா? அந்த சாம்பல் இருக்கு பாரு, அந்த மாதிரி மொத்தமாயிடும். அதுக்கப்புறம் திரும்ப அதை நெய் ஊற்றி இப்ப ஜலிச்சு திரும்ப அதை நெய் ஊற்றி உருண்டை பிடிச்சி எரிக்கணும். சும்மாவே கல்விக்க போறாங்க பண்ணுங்க. என்ன நவபாஷா எடுத்து வந்தீங்கன்னு வீடியோவை பிடிச்சி வச்சுடா, பிடிச்சி வச்சு காமி ஜனங்களுக்கு. நம்ம அலுமினி பாத்திரத்தை பிடிக்காங்க, முடிச்சுட்டு செப்பு பிராஸ் ஏதாவது பாத்திரம் வச்சு அதில் பிடிங்க. அடுத்து பிடிக்கிறதுனா போயிடும், அப்போ நல்லா வேவும். போட போட சாஃப்ட் பார்ட்டிகிள்ஸ் மாதிரி இருந்தா அப்ப என்ன ஆகும், குழைச்சோம்னா அப்படியே கப்புன்னு சில பிடிச்சிடும். புரியுதா? பண்ணிட முடியும். மெடிசனல் குவாலிட்டியும் ஜாஸ்தி ஆகிடும். கியூர் ஆக ஆக இதுல சேர்க்கிற மெடிசன் வந்து குணம் கெடாம இருக்கும். சாலிட் பார்ட்டிகிள்ஸ் இருக்கிறது இதுல சேர்க்கிற மெடிசனோட குவாலிட்டி குறைஞ்சிரும். மெடிசன் பேஸ் தானே இது. போடாத, உடைச்சிடாத. நிறைய இருக்கலாம் கொடுக்குறோம். இதை என்ன நீங்க தெரியும் லட்டாடி பிடிக்கிறீங்க.
There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hindu. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign. Manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both.
அஞ்சலென்றடைய அபயம் தரும்
Nithyanandam, welcome back. We all just saw a very historical capture of what it took to make the 21 feet Anandalinga, which is now gracing us in the Vaidya Sarovar. It is not just the Navapashana traditional mix, as Swamiji explained. It is also 1008 Ayurvedic herbs. This unique combination has been made to go through the requisite process as per the science of the Navapashana mix, and the whole thing purified and of course energized by the presence of Bhagwan. That energized mixture is what has gone to make this 21 feet Anandalinga, which is literally a breathing structure in itself. Yes, it actually, the whole structure is an alive energy. And as we face the third wave of the corona pandemic, this is going to be the only savior for people to protect their lives from the pandemic and to protect themselves from the deaths that are occurring literally every minute, thousands just a little while back. The Anandalinga has been gracing this whole planet for a number of years, and as we see Guru Purnima coming, at the onset of Guru Purnima, it will actually be opened up to the world for gracing with its blessings, people to protect themselves from the pandemic. But as the years have passed since the inauguration of the Anandalinga, it has received a number of beautiful worship where Bhagwan himself has done the Abhishekam to the Anandalinga. Pada Puja has been received at its base, and various powerful, auspicious offerings being done to the Anandalinga. Let us take a short glimpse, see a short glimpse of all these beautiful traditional worship services.
அஞ்சலென்றடைய அபயம் தரும் லிங்கம் ஆனந்த நித்யன் தந்த ஆனந்தலிங்கம் பிணி நீக்கும் உயிர் காக்கும் ஞான ஒளியாக நித்யானந்தன் தந்த உயர்லிங்கம். ஆதிலிங்கம் ஜோதிலிங்கம் அற்புதலிங்கம் ஞானலிங்கம் நித்யம் தந்த ஆனந்தலிங்கம். ஆதிலிங்கம் ஜோதிலிங்கம் அற்புதலிங்கம் ஞானலிங்கம் நித்யம் தந்த ஆனந்தலிங்கம். பதிதனிலே மலைவல வழிதனிலே அருமையாய் அமர்ந்த நித்யானந்தலிங்கம். அருணயம் பதிதனிலே மலைவல வழிதனிலே அருமையாய் அமர்ந்த நித்யானந்தலிங்கம். கருதிடும் அடியவரின் மலையெனும் துயர்களையே கடுகன உடைக்கும் நித்யானந்தலிங்கம். கருதிடும் அடியவரின் மலையெனும் துயர்களையே கடுகன உடைக்கும் நித்யானந்தலிங்கம். கவலைகள் விடி உறவே அவலங்கள் பொடிப்படவே கருணையின் அருள் அழகாய் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். கவலைகள் விடி உறவே அவலங்கள் பொடிப்படவே கருணையின் அருள் அழகாய் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். சுயமதை உணர்த்திடவே சுகமதில் நிலை பெறவே தவநிலை குயக்கும் நித்யானந்தலிங்கம். சுயமதை உணர்த்திடவே சுகமதில் நிலை பெறவே தவநிலை குயர்த்தும் நித்யானந்தலிங்கம். தவநிலை குயர்த்தும் நித்யானந்தலிங்கம். ஆதிலிங்கம் ஜோதிலிங்கம் அற்புதலிங்கம் ஞானலிங்கம் நித்யம் தந்த ஆனந்தலிங்கம். ஆதிலிங்கம் ஜோதிலிங்கம் அற்புதலிங்கம் ஞானலிங்கம் நித்யம் தந்த ஆனந்தலிங்கம். பிணிகளை போக்கிவிடும் பிறவியும் போக்கிவிடும் உயர்நிலை வாழ்வளிக்கும் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். பிணிகளை போக்கிவிடும் பிறவியும் போக்கிவிடும் உயர்நிலை வாழ்வளிக்கும் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். மனிதர் கரியதொரு அரூபரூபமெனும் அஜோமுகத்தை காட்டும் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். மனிதர் கரியதொரு அரூபரூபமெனும் அஜோமுகத்தை காட்டும் ஆனந்தலிங்கம். அமரர்கள் உலகமெல்லாம் அருள் பெற விரதம் கொண்ட 1008 நித்யானந்தலிங்கம். அமரர்கள் உலகமெல்லாம் அருள் பெற விரதம் கொண்ட 1008 நித்யானந்தலிங்கம். குணக்கடல் குவலயத்தை குறைவின்றி காக்க எங்கள் குரு நித்யானந்தன் தந்த ஆனந்தலிங்கம். குணக்கடல் குவலயத்தை குறைவின்றி காக்க எங்கள் குரு நித்யானந்தன் தந்த ஆனந்தலிங்கம். குரு நித்யானந்தன் தந்த ஆனந்தலிங்கம். ஆதிலிங்கம் ஜோதிலிங்கம் அற்புதலிங்கம் ஞானலிங்கம் நித்யம் தந்த ஆனந்தலிங்கம். அஞ்சலென்றடைய அபயம் தரும் லிங்கம்.
Yes. So next, we are going to, in this segment, we're going to see the quarantine rules, all the standard operating procedures that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has guided the Adi Kailasa and all the COVID care protection centers on how to maintain the quarantine, especially the multi-layered quarantine, how it can be maintained to ensure that the people feel completely safe.
One can see here the quarantine rules, multi-layer quarantine. The first line of quarantine comprises of the people in the first circle who are in contact with vendors, the area of stay confined to the outermost area where communication with the outside is happening with vendors, etc. And they stay in a well ventilated single room, preferably with an attached separate toilet. So, ensuring that the quarantine is multi layered and the people who are facilitating the first layer are also protected, like was told, the a strong person being kept in the front line so that the interactions are minimal and the protection for that person is also ensured.
The person should not come in contact with inmates of Adinam, especially elderly people, pregnant women, children, and persons with comorbidities. Restrict her or his movement within the area of the first line of quarantine. And how do we manage the delivery of packages? All the parcels received at the gate to be sanitized, spraying with disinfectant. All the deliveries will be contactless delivery. Wearing of the face coverings and hand gloves are mandatory. If contactless delivery is not an option, or request the delivery to be left in a protected and isolated place. The outer packaging of the item or product will be disposed before it enters the Adinam. The packages will be quarantined before being delivered.
All the delivery bags, boxes, and containers thrown away after transferring the items to their respective places. The surfaces of the package cleaned up with disinfectant and dried and kept outside for a few days. All hands handling the package will be thoroughly washed with soap and water and antibacterial solution frequently. And all the mail and the packaged products received via courier, etc., left for 24 hours before using them, before even sending them inside the Adinam.
Then we have the disinfection using the sodium hypochlorite and 1 tablespoon of bleaching powder in 3 cups with alcohol at 70 to 90% will be used for the surface disinfectant. Clothes to be washed separately with the detergent and dried. Sharing of items is strictly prohibited. This prevents the spread of virus. And if any of these symptoms, whether it is fever that continues for more than 5 days, fever that returns in second week after recovering, or fever more than 101 Fahrenheit after day 4th, or if there is resting heart rate that is greater than 110, breathlessness, tightness in chest, oxygen saturation which is less than 4%, and relentless cough. And if you have a 6-minute walk test, record the saturation rate before and after walking for 6 minutes. If the saturation falls below the 3%, it's not favorable. So if for a person in the first level of quarantine is experiencing any of this warning signs, then immediately the person will be quarantined and given the medication. You can see here the in-campus ambulance, which is working in perfect condition. And people who come in as newly will be given a separate room with the toilet facility. Under no circumstances they will exit the room. The designated quarantine person picks up the food after the person who serves the food is at the safe distance of 6 feet. The food will be placed right outside the door. And we also monitor the parameters for the quarantine people.
Monitoring the temperature, giving Ayurvedic and Siddha medication as per the guidance of the doctors, and the doctors contacted if there is worsening of symptoms for specific management, which could be further consultation or investigations and treatment. The residents are asked to continue to take medications if they are on any blood pressure or sugar or heart ailments, etc. And if comorbid conditions exist, the doctor is always being consulted so that there is no risk.
Yeah. So you can see how protected, how it is so protective, and every single detail is being taken care by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and his guidance and micromanagement has helped the COVID care protection centers in India to ensure that every single detail is being taken into account and people are feeling completely safe. That's been so evident from all the testimonials that you hear from people who have joined in the show for the last few days, sharing how protective they are feeling. They don't even need to worry about anything. They're completely taken care from the COVID-19. So join us in this by signing up kailasa.org/Kailasa Care. So next, we will be moving into the power manifestation segment, and we'll be joining the power manifestation segment. We welcome Madhved to conduct the power manifestation segment. We'll be right back.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham.
Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukhanam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattamasyadi Lakshyam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is power manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself explaining what is power manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you, Due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you, out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift. Playing life. Playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence. All these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Science of Power Manifestation. Science of Power Manifestation is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. It is science because it is repeatable and doable for each one of us. And the evidence supporting that each one of us can have a superconscious breakthrough in the humanity. Shastra Pramana, the scriptural reference, the eternal unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Vedas and the Agamas. Apta Pramana, the experience and the results of the Aptas. Aptas are the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nainamas, Alvars, Siddhas, who have experienced all the powers of Paramashiva, which is authentic, time-tested, scientific and foolproof. Atma Pramana, account of His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar's personal experience of power manifestation, Bhagavan's very own Leela, and mapping to the Aptas and as per the Shastras. Shakshi Pramana, experience of millions of disciples, devotees, followers all around the world manifesting the powers of Paramashiva. Pratyaksha Pramana, scientific study measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Bhagavan beautifully says, whoever comes to the Kailash courtyard manifesting power sessions, I myself will manifest through them. And when they are in Shaktipada, beautiful space that each one of us, holding that meditative space, all of us together, create that Shaktipada and manifest as higher superconsciousness. Let's go to the Shastra Pramana. Shastra Pramana are the scriptural reference, the evidences from the scriptures, Veda and Agama. Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Vijnana, the consciousness. Bhairava, that one who experiences consciousness beyond the mind. And Tantra is the method in which we experience the consciousness beyond the mind that constantly puts us into delusion. Now, let's hear the Shastra Pramana. Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 82, Dharana 57.
आसने शयने स्थित्वा निराधारं विभावयन् स्वदेहं मनसि क्षीणे क्षणादक्षीणाशयो भवेत् आसने शयने स्थित्वा निराधारं विभावयन् स्वदेहं मनसि क्षीणे क्षणादक्षीणाशयो भवेत्.
Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 82, Dharana 57, Bhagavan Paramashiva says, being situated on a comfortable seat or on a bed, firmly cognize that your own body is without any support or base from anywhere. It is resting on nothing. By holding this cognition, when the mind becomes worn away and thoughtlessness arise, then in an instant one becomes weightlessness. weightless, and experience the space beyond the mind, the space of Paramashiva. Bhagavan Paramashiva beautifully says how we exist as consciousness, but unconsciously we are constantly running behind the mind and the body. We are limiting ourselves to what we experience through the five senses as our reality. How in the dream we are only limiting ourselves to the sleep and the dream, very little number of possibilities, say 100 possibilities. In waking state, we have, yes, 1,000 possibility, much more than the sleep. But still, it's not the infinity possibility that I have as my own self. Bhagavan beautifully says, the stones, how the stones are from the same rock, but one gets sculpted as a deity, but one gets sculpted as just the foot rest for people to walk past. Each of these experiences in us is how we relate with the whole space for Paramashiva to manifest in us. If we understand the higher reality, Bhagavan beautifully says, only if you're a rock, simply he can sculpt you. But if we throw tantrum and all the struggle, all the pain, and not ready to give up our identity, then we are crushed by many, many people and many, many stones. And finally, the stone has to be laid down only as a foot, the foot part of for the deities to, for the people to walk towards the deity. But even if you surrender at least to that extent, being part and not giving up, at least the beautiful space that you will occupy is people touch the footpath first and then go and make their wishes to the deity. And even the footpath that they make becomes auspiciousness. At least to that extent, we are connected and not giving up. The authenticity is there. We can experience the oneness with Paramashiva. The broken stones that are there and again aligning to the higher reality, it becomes the part of the temple. But if it is simply not being there and just getting crushed for no reason and simply dissolve, and then it has to wait for again the same way for it to exist again, for it to manifest. Our mind constantly want to suffer because that's how it knows to exist. But if we understand the higher reality and mature our cognition by seeking the higher science, how we seek so many things to get more professional with our job. We upgrade ourselves. We cannot be something which we use way back 10 years ago. We can't use it now because we have to upgrade. Same way Bhagavan says, upgrade your software. I have Windows 10 which I have installed with all the apps, but still you want to use your old apps and only stay there and say this is not possible. But if you know that the possibility have now manifest as reality, whatever you want, it is installed in you by Paramashiva, and simply you start clicking and using it, you will understand how these realities are. Each of these power manifestation, each of the apps that Bhagavan has installed in each of us, that he says, even if you have rolled a coconut once, I have installed all the app. That is the sign which says that my installation is success. So each one of you who have experienced Kundalini Shakti, even the slightest rolling of the coconut or any of these powers, even to the slightest, you have installed the program Paramashiva in you perfectly. All you need to do is now experience the higher truth by playing all these powers every day and understanding your higher reality. It's like somebody is searching for their glasses and they are going everywhere and searching, and somebody says, hey, you have it on your face. That's what Bhagavan does to all of us. And then we realize, oh yes, I have it on my face. I have the specs. That is all we is power manifestation. He makes us realize what we are. We are Paramashiva. We are Parashakti. Continuously hold that cognition in everything you do. Simply you will see the manifestation in your life also, with abundance, with health, and amazing possibilities opening up in your life. Let's go to the Apta Pramana. Apta Pramana are the Rishis, Ganas, Munis, Nayanas, Siddhas, all of them, Alvars, have manifested all these powers, having a superconscious breakthrough as human to superconscious beings. Here, Sundaramurti Nayanar, he is one of the closest to Shiva because he commanded over Shiva to experience in the oneness of Paramashiva. He wanted to go from one place to another, and he was like, he didn't want to carry the gold because of the thieves. So he tells Shiva, you don't give me here, I will go somewhere else and you give it to me there. And it has to be the same quality. I will keep one coin and verify whether you're giving it properly. So the Nayanar goes to a new place where that temple, and then he was asked to search in it well, but he could not find. Then he sings a song on Shiva in deep gratitude. Then he finds the coins. And then after he checked whether the coins are same, exactly the same material, then he finds out it is not. Again he sings, what are you doing, Shiva? Show me the real sense of who you are and manifest through me the right reality. And all the in gratitude, when he sings in such a deep earning space, Shiva himself makes the gold in a proper gold. Then he asks Shiva, why are you making me sing so much? So then only you're giving me everything. Shiva says he enjoys such a beautiful space of your poem. Simply I want to hear you more and more. So I had to delay you so that you will sing all these beautiful songs. Shiva is waiting for each of us. Bhagavan is waiting for each of us to manifest all these reality much more than us. Like your mother is waiting for you to get something done. And each step she guides you, helps you, makes you feel completely that oneness space and takes care of you in all ways to make you manifest that reality. That's exactly Paramashiva is doing in the ultimate consciousness and waiting for you to manifest all these realities in your life. Even with all the struggles, can you manifest? Absolutely. Because he is just going to wake you up to the reality, what your possibilities are. Let's go to the Bhagavan's very own Atma Pramana, where he speaks beautifully on the levitation process.
Energies circulating in our body.
The samana is a particular air process which is responsible for the air to move all over your body. From this point to this point to this point, the whole body. We have 21 points, 10 fingertips in the feet, 10 fingertips in the hand, and Sahasrara. In all these all 21 points, the air being flooded. This is called samana. That process is called samana. If that samana is balanced, is proper, whenever I give you this kind of one idea and ask you to sit with it, the extraordinary powers will start expressing in your body. Like a feeling very light, or feeling heavy, feeling expanded, or feeling shrunk. These are the four called anima, lahima, mahima, karima. In the Ashtama Siddhis, 8 Siddhis, these are 4. All of you are clear what I am saying? Anima, lahima, mahima, karima. These are the 4 important powers. First it will happen psychologically. Then it will become physical. See, you will feel little more than you are. First psychologically. Then even physically it will start happening. Physically, if you are levitated, you have a healed samana. If you are only psychological levitation, you don't have any wound in samana. But if you are neither psychological nor physical levitation happen, means your samana needs to be balanced now, needs to be healed. I will now put you through the simple process, how the samana healing, samana balancing happens. But of course you will go through heavy process from tomorrow to balance samana permanently.
Already a
Beautifully, Bhagavan is healing and making sure each of us are manifesting the higher reality. The samana balances how we can feel either very heavy or we are feeling very light, that we experience the oneness and levitate in the body and the mind. How you can see in Padmasana and Samana Mudra, they are just moving beyond their own self, what they understand. Now we are going to move Rudraksh, and but this Shakshi Pramana is they are showing with a coconut. So you can have a coconut or Rudraksh and you can not roll it off but move it. You can see how they are holding and slowly they are chanting the Mahavakya, and the coconut from the flat position is slowly moving, and it is moving to become literally straight. The coconut simply listens to us. You can have some coconut, the BP meter, the thermometer, the weighing scale, height measurement, all these for power manifestation sessions to experience the beautiful reality. Thank you so much, beautiful. So you can see the coconut completely raising. Now we are going to experiment with Rudraksh. Why Rudraksh? Rudraksh is one of the most beautiful thing. It's the bliss tear of Paramashiva. Simply whenever you feel low mood, if you wear the Rudraksh, you simply feel so high. Anything positive energy, it holds that like a battery. How the battery makes the bulb very bright, like that the Rudraksh makes you in glowing, because the Rudraksh holds all the positive energy. Bhagavan says three things. Your life runs behind fear, your life runs behind lust, and your life runs behind laughing, beautifully being blissful, happy with everything. That beautiful space can be experienced just by simple putting Rudraksh. As per Agama, we have to, Shiva devotee is supposed to have 10,000 Rudraksh, just like this, 10,000 Rudraksh to experience that beautiful space, not getting down in low mood at all. These Rudraksh, whenever you see the Parashakti Devi's oneness capsule, or you see all the Kalabhairava, Venkateshwara, all the darshans, it simply holds those energy, the quantum space in the Rudraksh, and manifest as your reality. How when you go to temple, you feel so much peace. When you wear the Rudraksh, you also feel the same thing. That's why Rudraksh is so sacred. And you can have the Rudraksh in your hand as a group or yourself. You can see how it is moving, how you're experiencing levitation in your body, or you're feeling the tingling or any of the heat or anything. You have started manifesting the powers. If you can raise the Rudraksh above your hand few centimeters, then you have manifested the power of levitation. Simply you understanding the consciousness, Paramashiva space in you, everything is possible. And easily each one of us can experience the higher reality through these simple things that Bhagavan is giving us. Detoxing our body, doing the Panchakriya, doing the yoga, having the Haritaki neem juice and castor oil, and simply experiencing the oneness again and again with Bhagavan. We can experience all these powers so beautifully. Now let's go to the instruction. Let's sit straight with the head, neck and spine in a straight line. Bring Paramashiva, Parashakti, get into that meditative space. Few minutes every day when you meditate, simply you are in the higher zone of reality. Bhagavan says if you can do the Trineta Kumbhaka every day, it elongates your life, takes care of your organ not getting older. All these old problem comes in because your organs are getting old and worn out. But doing the pranayama, the kriyas that Bhagavan has given, simply makes your body so young and always energetic. We are able to hold the prana in us. When you do the controlled breathing, you're going beyond the survival need that you need, Bhagavan says, and you are able to hold the higher consciousness. You're going beyond the breath, which is the basic need during the pranayama. So you know that you can exist beyond even the breath, like how Dhruva went beyond the food, beyond the sleep, and beyond the breath. Yes, that is what happens during pranayama in a subtler way. But more and more you do, your organs will start getting ready to hold the prana for a longer time. And each breath you miss is added to your longevity more and more. So do the Trineta Kumbhaka. You breathe through the left nostril, then the right nostril, then both the nostril, holding all 3 times, and exhale only through the left nostril, holding the right. Continuously you have to do it for 11 times, and in the morning and in the evening. It takes few minutes, probably 3 minutes, but it is going to save you so much in your life. All these little things that Bhagavan gives us is very small, but adds to our whole health, our wellness, doing the superconscious breakthrough into our brain, the reflection, everything improves in extraordinary ways. So bring the visualization of Paramashiva, Parashakti, or Kalabhairava, any of your Ishta Devata in your third eye, just melting in their presence. Again and again, literally getting dissolved into Paramashiva, Nataraja, whoever your Ishta Devata, just hold that Arunachala. The thought of Arunachala, you get merged into it. He is so sweet. There is one deity that Shiva bends, and it is called Erimbeshwarar. It is for the ant. The ant, for it to crawl, it should not find it difficult. So the linga has bent itself so that the ant can crawl over and do the puja. Only Shiva, he is ready to accept any animal, and all the animal does puja. Whether it is snake, we have a temple, rats, we have a temple, or we have a temple for peacocks coming and doing. We have temple in each way, the cow coming and offering the milk. So many possibility that Shiva himself gives, opens, compassionate, so compassionate he is, to make each and every being to get enlightened. So simply for us, it's much more bigger possibility, and for us to be in the oneness and experience Paramashiva. So don't miss these moments. For all of us together, it becomes a beautiful space, entangling with Bhagavan, visualizing Bhagavan again and again, absolute unclutch from everything. Few minutes, this is my appointment with Paramashiva. If you're sitting with US President, will you be thinking of your family or friends or anybody? You will be so alive like that. During this few minutes, be alive with Paramashiva. He is sitting with you. His presence is fully with you, and dissolve into him, and you will simply see your 25 heads and 50 hands and 75 eyes simply radiating that space of Paramashiva. Now chant the Mahavakya. Put your cell phone down for a few minutes and chant the Mahavakya from your navel center. Again and again, when you chant the Mahavakya, it can be Om, it can be Namah Shivaya, any of the blessings that Bhagavan has initiated us into, those mantras, when you chant deeply, become Mahavakya. Mahavakya dissolves us into that oneness space, raises your frequency and dissolves us. That is how you experience you are quantum. You are a frequency. From that space, you can manifest any reality, project your reality. Each thought matters in our life. We do not know how much it matters. That is why we have a struggling. But if we understand each thought, this auspicious thought, even little it is practiced, you will bring huge abundance. Your words will become reality. You will just have intuition just like that. All the powers, Bhagavan says, you're more powerful than the nuclear force. Then something in me is not happening. So let's align ourselves, make it happen what Bhagavan is saying. Every day, inch by inch, when we start moving, suddenly we'll have a breakthrough to the higher consciousness. So let's sit straight, bring Paramashiva Parashakti to your third eye and chant the Mahavakya intensely, connecting to Paramashiva, and drop everything to his lotus feet and continuously chant the Mahavakya and experience the levitation of the Rudraksh. Or if you are going to levitate, make sure the place is very safe and very clear. There's nothing close by that you might get hurt. So make it very safe and sit down and continuously hold that Rudraksh in your hand. See how you're experiencing that oneness with the Rudraksh. It's Shiva's blissful tears. So whatever you're experiencing it with Paramashiva himself, Bhagavan himself. Let's start the chanting intensely the Mahavakya.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
So beautiful. Each one of us experiencing the oneness space with Paramashiva and continuously manifesting the space, state, powers of Paramashiva. Whatever we experience is the prasada from Bhagavan. For us to judge whether why it is not happening, getting angry it is not happening, again we are in delusion. Again we are moving into the delusion. There is no point in us getting angry, upset or incomplete with something not happening. Surrender that also. I have tried so many times, it is not happening, I don't know what to do. All that is again delusion. Why are we giving importance to that when we are very clear we are Paramashiva and we are in the oneness space of Paramashiva? Only manifesting Paramashiva is my reality. Whatever your mind is going to say, tell very clearly, I am not that. I am not in my dream. I am much awakened space, but I am quantum. The electron proton cannot get angry, upset or crazy getting into anything. That is why when you wake up, you don't feel anything whatever happened in your dream. All the traumas that you go through and when you wake up, you feel like, oh my God, what has happened to me? But after a second, you are like normal. You know that it is not real. That is exactly when you have the cognitive shift. that all the problem that you're going through is not real, that is not eternal. Bhagavan says, if you can find out what are the problems you have in your deep sleep, those are the right problems you can cherish. And we don't have any problem in our deep sleep. How can we cherish any of the problems? We don't have nothing in the deep sleep. And here we have Paramashiva. We are much blessed to be in the space of Paramashiva and drop everything else which is not us. That is why Swetaketu was given 12 years, or Buddha, he was also 12 years sitting patiently, not getting irritated, not getting upset, but patiently, I have to experience this oneness. And Swetaketu was given the technique, not this, not this, not this. Nayati, nayati. Whichever, again, is this you? No, that is not me. Oh, that is not me. Again and again and again, dropping everything, drops all your identity. And after that, he even forgot to count. The cows counted for him and brought him to his guru and said he has gone beyond the logic and he has said nothing to everything. And then the guru initiates him that he is enlightened. He is in the superconscious space. Each one of us dropping everything is the science we are learning from here, and much more beautiful way just by Shaktipada. Bhagavan gives the most sweetest method, most easiest and most compassionate, that we enjoy the whole meditation, we enjoy the whole space and experience the oneness, and then we manifest as powers. And the beauty is we experience it as prasada. So nothing we feel that we have done it. It is a prasada. And we go to a temple, how they give you the prasada. So it is a prasada given to you as your life manifestation itself. You understand the higher science that I don't do anything. There is nothing for me to do. What can we do? We are the manifesting of Paramashiva in us. That is the ultimate oneness space, ultimate space of reality. So let's hold that. Any of the incompletion that you have, all of us have that. It's not only you. So drop that and let's hold Paramashiva, which is what more powerful. So get to the computer Windows 10, like Bhagavan says, and let's experience that in our life. More and more entangle with life. More and more have the space that Paramashiva is manifesting everything in your life. And slowly you will see the auspiciousness, how abundance starts flowing, how beautifully your life is flowering into a new dimension. But that patience and that perseverance, the will persistence makes that happen. Let's sit straight with the head, neck and spine in a straight line. Bring Paramashiva to your third eye and let's deeply chant the Mahavakya. Hold the oneness space and let's experience one more cycle of the Rudraksh. If you have recorded, very beautiful, you can post it at the end. Hold the Rudraksh and start chanting the Mahavakya intensely.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour. Let the Vani open up. Manifest in all of us.
Paramashivoham, 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 Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
So beautiful. Whatever you have experienced now as prasada, please share with the world. There are 8 billion people who have experienced nothing other than problems. Only you are blessed, few hundreds of you who are here meditating in the deep space of Paramashiva is blessed by Bhagwan that your earning has become reality. This blessing itself is the greatest auspiciousness that you have manifested in your life. Literally do an Anga Pradakshina for yourself and thank each day that you are in the space of oneness and you are able to do this beautiful space of oneness for manifesting these powers and bring the auspiciousness and abundance. Again and again, when you are in such a high space of oneness, simply your life has to manifest all the reality. And share this space with billions of people who are there with all the suffering and all the incompletion. And each time when you share your powerful cognition and the bliss, it can be as simple as just one statement how you experienced Paramashiva. All of us are experiencing such wonderful space and so many are commenting. Just share that with a world so that they can also experience Paramashiva and even receive his boon. We should be prepared for the space to happen. If we are unconscious, even if he gives, it will not be useful to us. Again and again, when we are in the unclutched space, in the beautiful space of oneness, Shakti Pada, simply all abundance happen. So you sharing, it's so important for billions to wake up their reality. So please share in tinyurl.com/power manifestation or your social media and tag it to your friends and family. And if you see the $sign at the end of YouTube chat, you can click on it and so many are offering. Thank you so much for the contribution to Kailasha. Each of these contribution to Kailasha is not for Kailasha to do anything, but your inner space expanding to Kailasha. Understand in outer world you buy so many product. Here you buy the space of Paramashiva by voting that again and again. When we drop $1, like every temple has a hundi, and when we drop a coin, we are not doing anything to the Lord. He can shower, but all that we drop is our incompletion. Dropping that coin, we ask Paramashiva, make this Paramashiva as my reality so that I raise beyond this delusion and not let me suffer in all this because I want to surrender at your feet and experience the ultimate bliss, the Amrita, the eternal, the immortality, that beautiful auspiciousness, the Paramashanta Swarupa space. That is what I have come here to experience. Ask in a humble gratitude space, simply he will shower on us. So that is what these $signs and the sharing is all about. It can be as simple as one line, but please go ahead and share it with the world. Whatever Bhagwan has given, thank Bhagwan. And each time ask him to make this Paramashiva space as your reality. Thanking each one of you here being part of this manifestation session. Let's end this session with the Purna Mantra. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम तत्सत् सर्वं भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवं पादुकार्पणमस्तु ओम नित्यानंदम. Thank you so much. Thank you. Make sure you share with everybody. Nithyanandam. See you after the next Arulvak or Darshan or Satsang. And there will be power manifestation. 6 p.m. again IST time. We have a Zoom session. You can log in through eKailasha. Log in to Kailash Koti and Manifesting Power Group and experience the beautiful space of Paramashiva.